Hello everyone, this is Konkura speaking. Today is the 3rd June 2026, or as the Japanese would say, today is Mika. As you can see, this is a calendar, and it's one of those standard calendars that you can come across in almost any bookstore and stuff. This is actually a calendar in A4 size, and it's one of those calendars where you can write things inside, like your friends or family members' birthdays and appointments and stuff like that. I have numerous calendars. This one is a calendar um, with paintings of Anders Zorn, which is or who was a Danish painter, a very good one. For example, this one, it's just a painting, so I hope that YouTube will not, will not block this video, but I don't think so. You can also read this here. This painting was made by Anders Zorn, who lived from 1860 to 1920. Girl at the Window from 1892, oil on canvas. Anyway, what I'm doing with this calendar is the fact that I write down all the names of the days in Hiragana and also the weekdays. The interesting thing about it is just yesterday when I was in my evening school again where I'm learning Japanese, our Japanese teacher told me that many Japanese calendars, and this is actually the standard in Japan, start actually with Sunday and then they go with Monday and so forth until they reach Saturday. So Saturday is on the right side while Sunday is on the left side. And European calendars normally start with Monday on the left side and then go all the way to the right side where it ends with Sunday. So I think this is very great. This is the calendar. It's one of those kinds. This is a different one. This is Women and Their Garden, but those are the by Tushita Fine Arts. This is one of those calendars that I also have, and this is the same. Where you just have let me show you this. Where you have again the picture, for example, and then you have the month. And as you can see, I just use this calendar to write the days down in Hiragana because this is hanging right above my workplace, above my tsukue, above my writing desk. Um, anyway, uh, I think this is very helpful if you write down those days. Normally, the Japanese would never write down numbers in hiragana. They just read the numbers like we do, but they would never write down in hiragana because, for example, now take the 17 just as an example, Yu Nananichi. This is already very long, and if you go into the thousands, with real numbers like uh, if you ask someone how much this costs, for example, kono wa ikura desu ka? And then he says, well, it costs 10,236, and you write this all down in hiragana. You spend a long time writing just a number down with hiragana. So yeah, the Japanese normally don't do this. I just do this for training myself because I can say the days, even when it comes to those special days like Yokka for 8 and Jiyokka for the 14th, and also Niju Yokka for the 24th. Those are special days where they use a different saying because normally they just say they just say Ju Nananichi. They say 10, 7, and then day, or if Nietzsche actually means day, I think so. And that's it. But they have special names for the first 10 days. They have Tsuitachi, Hutsuyoka, then you have Mika, which is today, Yoka for the 4th, Itsuka with the 5th, and Muika for the 6th, and then you also have Nanoka for the 7th, Yoka for the 8th, Kokonoka for the 9th, and Toka for the 10th. And then you actually start to really say the numbers as you would learn it in a Japanese class. And of course, what I also do is writing down the names of the days, of which I luckily am already quite fond. It took me quite a while until I've learned them all because they all have very special names. Of course, I just write them in Hiragana for training myself because we have only learned Hiragana and Katakana so far, and we're still busy with learning Katakana. Um, because you can see this is actually Suyoka. Suyobi, sorry. And this is how it is written in kanji. And normally the Japanese would only write this in kanji and not in hiragana like I do, just for training, because this is just training myself how those days are actually spoken in Japanese. And I do this for every month, even though I am quite fond, except for those first 10 days, which is very hard. Toka and kokonoka somehow are easy for me to learn, and yeah, yoka perhaps too, maybe also Nanoka, but yeah, it's still hard for me to know the first 10 days in Japanese, with the other ones being far easier. Only on the 14th and the 24th you have to be careful, because you have in this way the 24th Juyoka, as I've said. But otherwise, I think this might be helpful. So, and even if you're already doing good at this, continue writing those days down in hiragana, not in katakana, of course, because those are original Japanese words and katakana are for foreign words only. Okay, so yeah, I just want to show you this, how I train myself, or try to train myself to learn the weekdays, and also the names of the weekdays, like Wednesday, Tuesday, and stuff, and also the names of the actual days of the month of the Nichi. And yeah, this is it so far. And again, do this for every month, um, even if you're already fond of this, because what I have figured out, it never hurts to train one more time, even if you're already an expert. Because we just had our last class was 2 weeks ago. My last class was yesterday, but due to some holidays that we've had last week, there was no class, and I have already figured out that I may have already started to forget things just because I didn't had one class in 1 week. And yeah, so I obviously train myself at home very much, but Japanese is one of the toughest languages in the world. So you better, practice more and more, even with the stuff that you can already say. Keep practicing it so that you do not forget it. And this also belongs to those calendars. And yes, I'm only, writing down all the important stuff, not in this calendar, because for that I have a calendar of this size where I write down all the birthdays of my online friends and of my family members, and my appointments and stuff like that. So yeah, this is just what I want to show you. No, I know I'm talking too much again. So again, maybe you want to get yourself one of those kinds of calendars. There are all kinds of calendars. It's not just Anderson, it's not just women and their garden, or also reading women, which is also very famous. I like this one very much too. But again, try to write down those days. You could also try, instead of myself, not writing them all down in one row, but you could also, when there's a new day, you write down the new day. I think I will try this in July, that I do not write all of them in one day, but okay, today is the first, so I write Tsuitachi, and next day I write Hutsuka, because it's then the second, and so forth. Maybe this is more effective, and I'm just having this idea right now while making this video, so that's interesting. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope that maybe this is giving you a little tip. This is just what I wanted to show you for a long time already, because I have already started with doing this in April or May. And yeah, I think this may be effective, if you write down the hiragana the names of the days in hiragana, and even though the Japanese would never do that, writing down their numbers in hiragana, I do this also to get better with my handwriting and all. And as you can see, I was using my fountain pen, which I have introduced in one of my previous videos where I have shown you the differences of writing with a ballpoint pen, with a fountain pen, and with a fine liner when it comes to write hiragana and also katakana. But again, I only write hiragana here due to the fact that katakana are only for foreign words, and obviously, as you can see, the Japanese have their own Japanese words for the days of the month and also for the weekdays, so they do not need to use katakana for that. Yeah, that's already for today. Thank you so much, and I hope that this video was helpful to you. And you can leave me, of course, a comment to tell me your opinion, if you like this video, or if I may be talking too much, because I can guess so. Because many people, they see my videos and they already drop out after just maybe sometimes just after a few seconds. So I think I can do better. So if you want, you can leave me a comment, and I can see if I can hopefully then get better in a certain way by creating more my amateur videos, because this is all that I'm doing here. So thank you so much, and see you next time.